snakes are scary, and some are scarier than most, including the king cobra. Get ready! We are about to introduce you to some of the scariest snakes in the world, the kinds that make even other snakes run away in fear. Watch as we look at this is why king cobra hates other snakes. King cobras are amazing. They are considered to be among the smartest of all snake species. They have amazing eyesight, up to 300 feet with 20/20 vision. But seen in black and white, they are one of the few venomous snakes that can be handled with care if the person knows what they are doing. They're generally not very aggressive, but if you're unlucky enough to take a full bite, they could knock you out for good in 15 minutes. Their poison is not the most poisonous, but it is toxic enough. The deadly king cobra is the longest of all venomous snakes and can easily claim the title of king. This powerful reptile feeds mostly on other snakes and can live for decades in the wild, as there are very few other animals that can kill this kind of snake. Found mainly in the rainforests and swamps of Asia, king cobras prefer habitats with dense vegetation such as bamboo and mangrove thickets. Cobras, whether they are members of the genus Naja or classified in this category, are very dangerous creatures. A king cobra can deliver enough venom to kill 11 people or even an elephant with a single bite. It's hard to imagine anything hunting these deadly reptiles. However, a food chain can be more of a guideline than a set of rules. Some animals prefer to hunt these poisonous snakes, and some of them can even take down the king cobra itself. Here are 8 facts that will offer insight into the mysterious and intriguing world of the king cobra. 8. They have a long lifespan. In the wild, these snakes can live for more than 2 decades, since they can survive for long periods of time without food and do not require much water. They are not as susceptible to drought, food shortages, or other natural disasters as other animals and reptiles might be. Also, not many other animals that live in the areas that cobras inhabit hunt these snakes, so there is very little danger of them becoming prey. 7. They use sound to defend themselves. Although king cobras can swim quickly and climb trees, they are still vulnerable to attacks by other reptiles and animals. When on the alert, king cobras use several defensive tactics to protect themselves. Most of the time, they would rather run than fight and can move at speeds of up to 12 mph. However, if cornered, in addition to spreading their hoods to make themselves appear larger, they'd also emit a unique moan like most snakes. Cobras hiss, but they'd also use this moan to signal their predators to retreat before striking. By filling their lungs and exhaling slowly, they make a long, low sound like a dog's growl. Unfortunately, the king cobra's biggest predator is man. Snakes are feared by humans, as they are by many other animals. In fact, they should, and often do, fear snakes. Snakes are hunted by a wide variety of predators and have developed a number of defenses to protect them. One of the most successful of these defensive tactics is snake hissing. 6. Their biggest predator is the mongoose. As powerful as the king cobra snake is, the only animal to avoid crossing paths with is the mongoose, a member of the Herpestida family. This small mammal is only about a foot long, but is immune to the venom of many snakes. As a carnivore, the mongoose normally feeds on small rodents such as rats, but has been known to fight and kill venomous snakes. A mongoose will not intentionally hunt or track a cobra, but will defend itself if threatened. A mongoose can withstand a fatal bite from a poisonous snake, and in 75 to 80% of fights with cobras, the mongoose always wins. The Indian gray mongoose is known for its love of fighting and eating venomous snakes such as cobras. 5. Female cobras build nests. The king cobra is the only snake that builds a nest. When the female cobra prepares to lay her eggs, which is usually in the spring, she builds a nest of leaves and twigs. She builds walls as well as cover to insulate and protect the eggs she will lay. A clutch or group of eggs can have up to 50 eggs. It remains in the nest on guard for several months until the snakes hatch. The hatchlings can fend for themselves from the start and can even bite if necessary. It takes about 4 years for a king cobra to reach full maturity from the hatchling stage. When it has enough leaves, it begins to compress the pile into a waterproof chamber by repeatedly climbing over the finished nest is almost a meter high. She then burrows into the pile to create a cup-shaped depression deep inside, in which she lays a clutch of 15 to 50 leathery eggs. Female king cobras often remain in nests for the entire 75 to 100-day incubation period, and their mere presence offers excellent protection. 4. They are cannibals. King cobras are considered cannibals because they actually only eat other snakes. They may occasionally eat a small animal, rodent or bird, but this is characteristic of the common cobra. Even though the other snake is venomous, the cobra's stomachs have adapted their digestive juices to break down the venom and keep it safe. Because they have no teeth, their prey is eaten whole. Their jaws have the ability to stretch and open wide to allow passage of large animals. It may take several minutes for the animal to swallow completely. Perhaps as fascinating as the mere fact of snake cannibalism is why they do it. While we obviously can't get inside a cobra's brain to understand the motivation for cannibalism, scientists suggest it might have something to do with sexual competition. After all, every individual involved in cannibalism was a man, whether he was the eater or the eaten. This male bias in our observations raises the question of whether cannibalism evolved from a precursor of male-male behavior, especially given that male-male combat in cobras is known to involve biting. They wrote, "But be that as it may, it's also entirely possible that snakes eat each other because it's easy. Think about it. What fits a snake better than another snake? Cobras, along with many other snakes, can go months, even years, without food. Snakes do not need to drink water to survive, but will absorb it through their bellies when passing through naturally moist areas such as streams, marshes, and stream beds. 3. Their venom is a deadly neurotoxin. Venomous snakes are generally divided into two types of venom classifications: neurotoxic and hemotoxic. A neurotoxin is any poison that directly affects the nervous system of a person or animal. Hemotoxins, on the other hand, affect blood circulation and are usually found in rattlesnakes and vipers. A king cobra's venom is neurotoxic, and when it hits, a very small amount, just an ounce, is produced. 2. Even this small amount can paralyze its prey. In addition, it is so incredibly poisonous that a person can die within minutes of being bitten. A large animal like an elephant can die within hours. 2. Their hoods are actually ribs. When the king cobra is on the defensive, it creates a distinctive hood that spills over its face. This hood, as well as other parts of the snake's body, has all the markings that are unique to the king cobra. At first glance, it looks like part of a snake's skin, but it's actually a system of rib bones and muscles that can bend and move. To appear larger and more dangerous, the king cobra spreads these ribs and spreads its hood as it hisses and stands up. 1. The king cobra is the longest of all venomous snakes. There are hundreds of species of venomous snakes in the animal kingdom, but the king cobra is the longest of them all. An adult snake can be 10 to 12 feet long and weigh up to 20 pounds. When a cobra is standing, it can be eye to eye with a person of average height. The longest king cobra on record was measured at 18 feet. By comparison, the python, the longest non-venomous snake, can grow up to 20 feet. The coloration of this species varies in different habitats, from black with white stripes to a continuous brown-gray. The only member of the genus Ophiophagus, it is not taxonomically a true cobra despite its common name. The king cobra inhabits forests from South to Southeast Asia, where it feeds primarily on other snakes, including snakes of its own species. The female king cobra builds a nest for her eggs, which will be protected throughout the incubation period. And there you have it. This is why king cobra hates other snakes. Be sure to hit like. Subscribe to see more incredible wildlife moments like these, and do share and comment. Until next time.